she had plans to go out with her friends. When she said goodbye, there were no tears in her eyes. So I hid mine too, 'cause men just have their pride. Miss her out of my mind, miss her out of my mind, miss her out of my mind, miss her out of my mind.
Howdy everybody, welcome back to FTG Stages. Kumusta kayong kakailyans? Kumusta man po nag-ispuyo? We have been having this ADIVAY and have been inviting people to come in and have a little talk in the hopes of providing you some inspiration and entertainment. And so we have been moving on, and we do not limit this ADIVAY into our region. We go out to the other regions and some other parts of the Philippines, but that's not the limit. We go out and reach to people outside the Philippines in other countries. And so now I have a very special guest. He's from the northeast of India, and I hope that everybody's excited for this. Welcome, brother Neil Umwi. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
Hey, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, you're right. It's Neil Umwi. Yeah.
Okay. I don't like saying names of people in a wrong way. Okay, first of all, I just want to thank you so much for allowing me to have this conversation with you. Thank you so much for that. I just want to thank you because you're so, you have a lot of things going on, but then you entertain me, and I want to thank you for that.
No, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
I have some few questions, things that I want to know from you. But first of all, can you tell something about yourself, your name, your place, whatever, and what do you do now?
Cool. So my name is Neil Umwi. I'm a singer, songwriter, country music artist from Shillong in India, northeastern part of India. I currently work I have a small home studio. So I do a lot of client work and all that, and apart from that, I produce my own music as well. So my whole life revolves around music, and I also teach piano, guitar, and vocals. Yeah.
That's amazing! Wow. I have been doing a lot of research, including about Northeast India. And around Asia, and then I stumbled upon country music, or the music as a whole, because Asian, Southeast Asian, South Asian, East Asians are so into music. And I did in one of my videos, I did an episode of music. I don't know if maybe you have seen it. And
yeah.
All right, I've seen a lot of musicians from Northeast India, specifically country music from Manipur and Nagaland. But now I'm here with you from Shillong in the state of Meghalaya. Am I right?
Right, correct, yeah.
All right, so before we go on with your music and those stuff, can I know something about your cultural background? Do you belong to the Naga tribe or to something else?
No. So we belong to a tribe called the Khasi tribe. Yeah. So the Khasi tribe is what we belong to, and our language is also called Khasi. So that is our cultural background, yeah.
Can you tell me something about Khasi, about your practices, or are you a tribe of people who are into music, traditional or something?
Okay, so Khasi is in our state there are two main tribes, Khasis and the Garos. So the Khasis, I mean the Jaintias are also there, but somehow they fall in the category of Khasis. So Khasis, we are a matrilineal society where we give the owner of the house is the mother. We give our mother's surname and all that. So the female is the head of almost everything here. So it's pretty different from the rest of India. And for us, I mean, me personally, me and my family, Khasi is also a religion in where we come from, but we are not part of that religion. We are Christians. So yeah. So Khasi is a tribe. It's a religion. It's a language. It's all that.
It's amazing to learn about that because I haven't heard of that before, even though I've been doing a lot of research. Do your culture have a lot of musical related stuff in your culture?
Yeah, there are quite a. It's a pretty huge market around here. The Khasi music industry. The instrumentation, everything is pretty different from what you hear from the other parts of the Northeast as well. We have our own instruments, like, for example, the duitara. It's called duitara. It's a 4-stringed instrument. It looks similar to, no, it doesn't look similar. It's like a ukulele, but the tone and the whole structure of it is pretty different. And the way it's played using the tonic solfa, the do re mi fa sol la ti do. Yeah.
I think I might have seen that one, but I didn't know that it belongs to your tribe.
Yeah, it belongs to the Khasi tribe.
Okay. Can you tell me something about similarities and differences with other tribes in Northeast India, especially the Naga?
The language is one which is pretty different. I mean, in Meghalaya itself, there are, I don't know, 20, 30 dialects or maybe more. So yeah, from here, where I'm from, if I move a little towards the outskirts, it's a different dialect. It's still Khasi, but it's a different dialect. So the further you go away from the city, the language becomes a little different here and there. So sometimes it becomes a little difficult. When you go up north, it becomes a little different. South, it becomes different. It's like that. So yeah, and it's when you listen to our language, it is pretty different from other languages of the Northeast. Yeah.
Wow. Are you able to understand like the furthest Khasi language if you go there?
There are some which I don't. Maybe a few words will make sense, but most of it won't. Yeah.
That's amazing. I mean, Northeast India has been one listed in a bucket list. Well, before the pandemic, it made it all difficult, and so virtually we are in here doing this thing. All right. What do I have here? So in Meghalaya, like how do you say Meghalaya?
Meghalaya.
All right. So you're from Meghalaya. Have you ever been to other states in Northeast India?
Only Assam.
Assam. All right. If you ever go to other states of Northeast India, what's the reason? Like, are you going out from your state to have an education in some other states or whatsoever?
Yeah. That's mainly when I go out for my studies or just traveling outside of the state. But I haven't really traveled the Northeast.
Oh, why is that?
I have no reason for that.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, okay. Um, in Meghalaya alone, is there a huge cultural awareness among the young people, or they're kind of fading away from culture and going into modernization?
I would say 50-50.
50.
Right? Yeah. Right now, if you look at musicians like myself, we are not. Some of us are not really into that traditional music that comes from our state. So we're moving more towards the Western culture, and I guess that's the direction it's slowly going. I mean, we still know our culture uh, in and out, but it for I would say for me, if I just stick to my reach here in Shillong, it doesn't make sense for me as an artist, because people are gonna know me just in my place, and in the rest of the world they won't. So I guess that's one reason why quite a few people are moving towards the Western culture more.
All right. Wow. Okay. And are okay. If, for example, I have met a Kasi person, is this person one of 10 people from the Kasi tribe proud to be a Kasi?
Yeah, I would say all of us are proud to be Kasis. We love our hometown. We love where we come from.
Tell me something. Why are you proud to be a Kasi? Can you please?
I don't know. Personally, it's just the people are. Most of the people are really nice, really friendly, and we get along pretty well. So yeah, and being born and bred here, it's part of the blood. And sometimes
Yes.
I've been away from my hometown for a long time, probably about 6-7 years, and uh, when I'm away, I still miss this place. Yeah.
All right. Nice. I think culture and where you're from is, as you have said, in the blood. It's
Yeah.
inevitable to be proud because for me, I am an Igorot. Have you ever heard of an Igorot tribe?
No, I think the
All
first time I heard it from the channel. Yeah.
Wow, amazing. Okay, I am an Igorot, and Igorots are from one region. So a region in the Philippines is equivalent to a state. No, no, no. The Northeast India itself is like the size of my region. So I've done some research, and the number of people are quite the same. The land area is quite the same, so it's gonna be. No, it's not. I'm sorry. It's Nagaland alone.
Oh, Nagaland
Northeast,
alone.
yeah, Northeast India is vast. It's so huge, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the equivalent, one state, and we are a collection of 6 provinces, and we have a lot of different tribes, but we unite into one tribe, which is Igorot. We are so similar, especially to the Nagas. Our practices, our clothings, a lot of things are similar, well, except the language.
Okay.
Yes, and this is the reason why I'm connected with you, is because I'm looking forward with the connections, especially in culture, practices, and music. So Igorots are fans of country music. Yes, and
That's great.
yes, so much. And let's go to your hometown, Meghalaya. I've seen and heard about Shillong to be one of the biggest Asian stop for, international rock bands.
Yeah.
Wow. So it says, were you there when these people, these big international musicians came into Shillong? Have you ever attended a concert?
I have attended Mr. Big.
Mm-hmm.
When Mr. Big we came to Shillong, I attended that, and then I was pretty young when most of the big guys came, like Scorpions came. My dad went to visit that. I think I was still 10, 11 or 12 years old back then, so I didn't go to that. And then Michael Learns to Rock, Firehouse.
That's amazing. I mean, considering they did not go to central India and went to northeast India.
Yeah.
So there must be something special in northeast India, especially in Shillong. Are people so in love with music?
Yep. So I've met a couple. When I was away from my hometown, there are a couple of people that know about Shillong and all that. And wherever you go, they always say that, hey, everyone in Shillong are singers or musicians, right? It's like that. It's like the majority of people can sing or play an instrument, and we are so into music. Yeah.
Okay, that explains you.
That's one of the reasons why there are a lot of artists here that come out.
Amazing. So, what do you think is the most famous genre in Meghalaya, in Shillong?
It has evolved pretty big. It used to be rock music. It used to be rock music. That's why you have all these rock bands coming in almost every year back in the day. I think now it's moved more into the electronic music scene. Yeah, the R&B, the hip hop, all of that. Yeah.
From a bar stool to that ebon roof, Sunday morning in a church pew, in a deer stand or a hayfield, an interstate back to Nashville, in a Chevrolet with the windows down, me and him just riding around. And sometimes, whether I'm looking for him or not, that's where I find God.
So it's evolving and changing, and it's growing vast. How did country music insert itself with those huge genre into Shillong?
My uncles they have a tribute band. They are called the Straight Brothers because they love both George Strait and Dire Straits. So that's why they named themselves the Straight Brothers.
Okay.
They formed back then. They were the only country band in Shillong. They started back in, I think, 2002 or 2003. So since then, our family has been rooted into country music, and that's how I got into country music. I mean, I wasn't a fan of country music when I was small. I used to do a lot of gospel, contemporary, and I even got into metal at some point. And then somehow I started paying attention to country music, and it just spoke to me, and been doing country music ever since.
Wow. So your first how do you say that, influence to country music is your uncle or your uncles?
My uncle.
Okay. And then what made them go into the country line? So in 2002, as you have said, what inspired them to sing? Is music? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like I said, from my family is very very into music. My dad used to be in a band. He taught me how to play guitar, and then my grandparents and their siblings and cousins and all that, even they were big fans of country music. Back then they used to buy vinyls, and I think Don Williams, Kenny Rogers, and Dolly Parton used to be my grandma's favorite. My grandma's and grandpa's favorite. And I think that's how my mother also got into listening to country music, and that's how it passed down from the generations. Yeah.
Wow. So it's it's from the West, and considering that your tribe is kind of traditional and having a lot of hometown local traditions, did country music like conflict anything with your culture and tradition?
No.
That's fine. That's all right. That's fine. On us also as Igorots, it did not do any bad harm. But of course, we're going towards the West, and sometimes we forget the culture.
Like that.
Yeah. So the Philippines was under the American rule for like 20 years, and my region, the Cordillera region, was the only place where there was civilian rule. All the other parts of the Philippines was martial law by the Americans. And so my region, the people were civilians. So the Americans went into a friendly mode in my hometown, and so they introduced Western movies, the cowboy movies, clothings, the leather, jeans, boots, cowboy hats, all of those things. And our grandfathers accepted it because they're so friendly. They accepted the culture, and over time they adapted. So it's not only the country music that the Igorots adapted, also the clothings, the jeans, the cowboy way, and somehow the cowboy lifestyle matched the way on how Igorots live, because we are living on the mountains.
Okay,
Yes.
that's amazing. Yeah.
And the mountains, in the mountains, we are arguably our place is the coldest part of the Philippines, and so the jackets and everything like matched.
Make perfect sense.
Yeah. And so that's how it started back then. 1970s, our first local artist began singing their own country music in our language, but everything else is country. The way everything, the instruments, and that one. And so that's how we got country music. So for generations, decades, we are on country. But I'm not saying that it's 100% country. Of course, the younger generations are now on TikTok or anything else out there. But the folks, including me, who is a 90s kid, is a country music fan, a super country music fan, and that's how the Igorots went. So I just think sharing it with you would be nice.
Yeah, that's so good to know.
All right. And so yes, so when you were a kid, you started singing a lot of gospel, something like that, because of the religious, right? Okay. What when did you start singing country music?
I started, I think the first time, I used to listen to a bit of country when I was small. Like I knew a few songs, a few popular songs like Country Roads and some of Kenny Rogers' songs and Don Williams' songs and all that, the famous one. But then I never really paid attention to the instrumentation and all that. Back then I was so focused on even gospel. It was gospel rock or gospel alternative rock and all that. So it was that huge sound, that some of us like, huge drums and huge guitars and all that. But then country music isn't like that. Country music is more about the singer and not the instrumentation. So I got into gospel and then I went into metal for a short phase, which was so weird. But then I remember my uncles, they were performing at one event and I happened to be there, and they were singing Rhinestone Cowboy.
Ooh.
So at that time I had just started learning to play the guitar. So I was paying attention.
What age? How old were you?
I was I think 15. 15, yeah. So I heard them play Rhinestone Cowboys. I was more focused on the guitar, on playing the guitar. So when I got home, I started learning how to play Rhinestone Cowboy on the guitar. And then I started paying attention to what Glenn Campbell was singing. And then what happened was, okay, I started learning that song, and then I happened to stumble upon Josh Turner. And as soon as I heard his voice and his music and the story that he tells through his music, that was when I really got into country music. So I started listening to a lot of Josh Turner, George Strait, Alan Jackson. So those were the three artists that I started listening to a lot. And after listening to them, I started exploring more into country music, and I haven't regretted it since. Regretted listening to those artists.
Nice.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
Nice. I was about to ask you, like, who's your favorite American country music star, but you have already said Josh Turner. Yeah.
I mean, it has changed. I mean, I would still say that George Strait is the best for me. So it goes like George Strait, Alan Jackson, and then the rest. But then the new country music guys, I would say Luke Combs and Morgan Wallen. Yeah, those are my favorite.
You're saying the names of those who are standing by the name of country music. the neo traditional country music stars. Because when I hear once I heard one of your songs, it really gives the vibe of 90s country.
Thank you. Is it the song Mr. Out of My Mind?
Yes. Mr. Out of My Mind, and the heart that I call home.
Yeah.
Especially Mr. Out of My Mind, The day I drove her over to the station. There you go. I love it. I mean, your songs are in my playlist.
Thank you so much. Means a lot.
Mr.
Out of My Mind was actually written by my uncles, the Strait brothers.
Oh, right.
So, I heard that song. They sent me a demo of theirs that they did at a studio, and they never released it officially. So I asked them if I could do it. So I took their song and I made it a little bit of my own. I put my own spin on the production and all that. Added all the country elements, the fiddle, the steel guitar. It worked out pretty well.
It makes sense. It came from your uncle, the first country band in Shillong, Wow. I'm so pumped up with that song, because when the first time I heard that one, was, am I listening to a Western country music star? And it's not very different with the Igorot country, especially those steel guitar and everything. It's sounded like the same. I mean, when I heard that one, I felt like I was home. Yeah, everything else there. Number one thing that is so special with that miss out of my mind is it's leaning towards the 90s country vibe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
And even the newest country music star in America today are doing fading away from the country vibe, which is like that. They're in the snap thing.
They're going more into the pop.
Yeah, the bro country that I call, which is so difficult to, I mean, we appreciate them, but maybe in my opinion, I'm looking towards some sound and the songwriting, which is amazing. Your uncle is a very good songwriter.
Yeah, they are. They can write songs like that feels like you're back in the 90s, like that. I personally can't write songs like that. I mean, I've tried writing it once. I came up with a verse and a chorus, but then I got stuck. I don't know, maybe it's because I listened to a little more of the newer stuff. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, sounds out more modern when I do it. Yeah.
Let's get back a little bit. In the Cordillera, in the 2010s, do you know Remember When by Alan Jackson?
Yeah.
2000s to 2010s, it became the national song of the Cordillera.
Is it?
Yes, it was so famous in the Cordillera that everybody was singing it. Everybody's favorite was Remember When. And those times were I say the golden age of Igorot country music, because a lot of local singers would go on tour to different municipalities and places in small gymnasiums, but then it happens from time to time, and I was so happy when I was able to buy a ticket and listen to both local Igorot country music, and they also sing, the Western country music, like George Strait's "I Cross My Heart."
That's my favorite song of all time.
The best, right?
That's number one always.
All right. So we have a song in common, which is so special.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. Since we're in this, how in this year, how do you see the following of country music in Shillong? Are there people going more interested in country?
I think there are a few that I think there are quite a few people interested in country music. There are quite a few artists that I know of that started coming out as country music artists. They started doing covers and all that. But as a songwriter, a country singer-songwriter, they're very limited. A number of people that do that here. Yeah, I think they'll count them. People appreciate country music because of the story it tells. Unlike most genres where it's it goes here and there, you know. One
Yeah.
song goes somewhere else, the other goes in a different direction. But in country music, you mostly talk about family, love, heartbreak, and it's relatable to most people. So yeah.
That's what I'm talking about in describing country, because it's not going around the circus way, you know. In the
Yeah.
Cordillera, a lot of music genre came in, but they're famous for some time, but they kind of fly away. And country music may not be, you know, a big time for a short time. It goes down for a little bit, but it stays there forever.
True.
You know, like, if I can describe it, it's like baby diapers. You know, the other genre would be like change into something new, but you know, country music stays inside the wallet, like
Yeah.
it has a special place. Is that the same with you?
Yeah. And I think it's a little more easier. I think it stays more consistent. The reason being, it not only, I mean, it influences quite a few of the young people, but the older generation, they still like that kind of music more than what we get now.
Yeah. All right.
That's one edge that us as country musicians have. Yeah.
Nice. Mhm. Do you wear jeans too, like the country music stuff?
Yeah.
Well, in your videos, so good to see you having your cowboy hat and jeans and jackets. You're so cool there.
Yeah, I try. I mean, sometimes it's a little weird to go out with a cowboy hat because I'm like the only one that does that here,
Yeah.
other than my uncles. So I usually don't do that much, except for when I do videos or if I do a show or something. Or sometimes if I just feel like it, I'll just wear the hat outside.
Mm,
But yeah, jeans and boots are always there every day. Yeah.
sorry. Sorry for that.
No worries. No worries.
Okay, when you go out, I mean, in your neighborhood, they know that you're singing country music, right?
Yeah.
What reactions do you get from them in your community, in where you perform?
Oh man, it's different everywhere you go. Some people, though, I think those who really appreciate it will just come and talk to you and be like, "Oh, you're that guy from YouTube," or something like that. I've got a lot of people that come up to me like that and be like, "Hey, are you Neil from YouTube? Oh, I love your songs and all that." Some people are shy, I guess, but I mean, I'm the same person, be it I'm there or here or wherever.
That's amazing. You're
Yeah,
displaying.
it's nice when people appreciate your work. You know, it motivates us to be better at what we're doing.
Perfect. And I think you are also embody, you know, the personality that comes from country music, because most of this country music influence to people is into family, into culture, into humility, and to connection with people. You embody that. You embody that.
I try my best to do that. You know.
I mean, you're amazing already, because with this one, you're already entertaining me. You're accepting people, other people that you don't know, and you're giving them time and appreciation. And what are your future plans? I mean, do you go on with writing? Do you plan on writing your own music, or
Yeah, I have a couple of songs that I've already written. I have an EP planned, so most preferably I'll release a single or two first, and then I'm currently working on my EP as well, and hopefully an album.
wow? Woo! We'll wait for that.
Yeah,
We'll wait for that.
it's gonna take some time because I do it all by myself. I have a few friends, one or two friends that help me out with some guitar work and stuff like that. But I need to do the whole production by myself, so it takes a lot of time. Yeah.
What is more amazing is that to know that you do it by yourself. So, meaning you're so talented with every instrument. You can play them.
Yeah, I can. I play the guitar, bass. I play a little bit of drums, but to record drums is a little hard, so I can just program drums. The drums is not a problem. Just the instruments. Steel guitar is a little difficult because no one owns one here. So I just get a freelancer from the States to play it.
Wow.
And the fiddle, I have a friend that plays the fiddle, and even my uncle from that band, the one that played the fiddle on Miss Out of My Mind.
Yeah.
That's my uncle that plays in that band. Yeah, so I get him to play sometimes.
Oh my goodness. Wow. The masterpiece in your songs. With all your songs, have you ever, taken part of writing, or?
Yeah, all my originals that I've released, other than Miss Out of My Mind, I've written them all by myself.
There you go. And I've listened to them, like I think everything, and there's one common thing that I get from them. It's not only the sound in your voice, because your voice is amazing. The instrumentation is amazing. I love the steel guitar and the fiddle sometimes in your other songs. Well, of course, the production also, the cinematography and everything in your video, but the most special thing is the songwriting. Do you know that you have a gift of songwriting too? It's real.
I just try whatever I can.
It's so
sometimes it comes out, sometimes it, there are good days and bad days for
yeah.
songwriting as well.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't feel it, sometimes you do.
Yeah. But it's great when you feel it, you can write a song in an hour and you're done.
Wow. And yes, those there's a common message in your songwriting, which is love, home, family, which is totally getting us back into the country, country lane. And so any other person who loves country music will definitely relate into your songwriting with your songs.
I try to write songs. There are some songs which come out from a personal place, but there are some where I just picture myself in a certain situation and be like, oh, what if someone is going through this?
Yeah.
Will it help them? So yeah, after that.
Right. Sometimes when I listen to music, I just go on with the beat, the nice melody, But when I heard your songs, I got to listen to the lyrics and understand what you're saying there. And oh wow, it's fantastic, truly
Thank
fantastic.
you.
I'm saying, yeah. Uh, the song "Made for More," that's a collaboration with another singer, right?
Yeah. So Desmond, he's one of the big guys here. He's
Okay.
a very famous Khasi musician. So he sings the traditional Khasi songs and all that. He has quite a few songs, albums, I think. Yeah. So it was great that I got to sing with such a big personality in our state. Yeah.
Okay. And is Desmond a traditional singer, or what genre does he take on
He
singing?
does the he does traditional Khasi song. Just Khasi song.
Okay. All right. I see. I see. And so, how did you meet into doing Made for More? Like,
I I wrote Made for More for a competition that happened during the 2020 lockdown, like that. So there was this competition on drug abuse. So to for that competition, I wrote that song and I won that competition with the song. And the people from the one of the departments of the government, the Department of Social Welfare. So they were looking into that project and they wanted to release that song as an awareness for drug users and all that, and how it can affect a person's life and how it can change a person's life as well. So they wanted me to collaborate with someone that I mean, at that point in time I was just starting out.
okay.
So they wanted me to collaborate with someone that has more experience and all that. And they came up with Desmond, and we're really good friends now. And he's an amazing personality, and I look up to him a lot. So yeah, that's how Made for More came into being.
Wow. I think this one, I even tried singing it. I mean, I'm not a singer, but I truly love. But man, I got into the story of your writing, especially when you said you don't have to get high in order to, feel you're on the top of the world. Wow. I mean, I'm, I studied English, and I'm so in love with creative writing. And I was so amazed on how you put that together, because, wow, I just say it's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. And so, Made for More is certainly one of my favorites. It keeps on playing on my laptop, actually.
That's awesome.
Yes. And so, maybe after this, after I release this, video, I'm gonna be taking some part of those songs and maybe sharing it, because that song does not only end in Meghalaya. That song is for the world.
Yeah.
It is for the world. The world needs to hear it. I mean, at least we share, and people would hear and see and watch the amazing creativity of people from the Northeast India, specifically you, who is an amazing songwriter and a singer. Ooh.
Thank It's nice. It's really nice that you said that other people should hear it. When I first wrote that song, when we did the production and all that, there were a couple of people that asked me and the producers and all that why we didn't do it in Khasi, because that's according. There are some people that still say that, why don't you sing in Khasi? I mean, reach out to the people here. But for me, Mirfumo especially is not only the drug users are not substance users are not only there in our place; they are there everywhere else. So the message is not only for them, for the people from my place, and it's for anyone who hears it around the world.
Right.
So yeah, you pointed that out.
Mm. Well, you know, those are normal instances because maybe they're so proud of you being a Kasi, coming out as a talented singer. They wanted you to represent maybe being a Kasi in the Kasi community. It's normal also. As an Igorot also that is coming out of the Cordillera, we received a lot of misconceptions from other Filipinos actually. We were discriminated at many points. They think of a lot of false information about us, and then you know going out like making videos or singing songs would have some comments from people saying that why don't you sing in your dialect or speak in your dialect? Why are you speaking English? I mean, why are you not speaking your own language? And those things are the kind of things that I receive. Not only me, my friends who are Igorot singers also, who are trying their best to make music. And that's it. I think the influence is not only in the community; it's for out for more.
Yeah, that's true.
And recently, this year, I talked with an American professor, and he's doing a study on country music around the world. And he mentioned that nobody, not a single artist in America, knows country music in Asia existing. If you ask a country music singer, a producer, a manager in Nashville, they would only say Canada, UK, Australia, New Zealand. But then this professor was doing this big study, and he's writing a book or maybe a video, and he mentioned Africa, Nigeria and Zimbabwe, India.
Wow.
And I'm kind of sure that he's talking about Northeast India. And of course, the Cordillera in the Philippines, my place. And so that's so special that he is doing a study, and then that will soon tell the whole world about country music coming from the tribal community. And
That'll be so amazing.
yes, we'll wait for that. I know that he's a big booster for country music, and he's in Nashville. He was with some producers of big time modern country music stars, and maybe in the future, I don't know, we expect something that will open up the country line into how Asian people, especially many people in Northeast India, love music, and they represent also the country music, just like you. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, that'll be amazing. It'll provide us with such a huge platform.
Yeah. I hope that at least they will be aware of your existence, our existence, for country music.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you say? Say anything to your before we end this one. Say anything to your to your followers or my followers. Say anything to my followers about your music, about what you do, because I am sure 100% they will like the way you sing. They will like the way your instruments are going on and your songwriting. I'm sure that the Igorots will love your music. Can you tell them something? Igorots.
Igorots, yeah.
Yeah.
There are a few that have commented on my YouTube videos as well.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I think there's 3 or 4. Yeah, and it's so nice. It's so nice to see that. So I don't know. I hope you guys enjoy listening to my music. I try to bring as much country into it as possible, even though it's a little modern. But it still tells the story of why country music is the reason why we love listening to music. And I hope you guys feel the same as well. So keep listening to my music. It's nice to hear from a couple of Igorots that like my music, like Freddie here. And I'm sure there are a couple of y'all that will enjoy what I do as well. I hope somehow, somewhere, what my music inspires you and it touches you, and it helps you to move in life and get inspired and motivated, especially if you're a country music artist over there. So, yeah.
Amazing. I'm sure they would appreciate your music. I'm sure. And can you tell them how do they find you, or how do they follow your music?
So you can find my music on Spotify, Apple Music, all the streaming services with the name Umwi. You can find my music videos on YouTube as well with the same name, and you can follow me on my Instagram, Umwi.
Amazing. Okay. With that, do you want to say anything or ask anything to me?
No, I'm good. Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be a part of this, and looking forward to more conversations like this. It's been so interesting to know about your culture as well. Yeah. It's the first time I'm hearing about your culture, and it sounds amazing. Hopefully I get to visit one day.
Please.
Would love to. I'll definitely let you know if I do so.
Yes, I will gladly tour you around and make you feel home. We're cowboys in the Cordillera. We will treat you as our brother, and we will show you our, how similar our culture is. And really, it's just an honor to speak with you in my show, and I'm so happy to introduce you to my community, because I truly believe, especially in history, that we are brothers and sisters with these similarities, and we're also brothers and sisters in Christ. And thank you so much.
No, thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for staying until the end of this video. Go to Spotify and every streaming services or YouTube, and follow also Instagram. Follow Umwi. He's an amazing country music musician. Just go and check his music. Come on. It will really blow your mind. All right. Thank you so much. I will see you again on the next episode of ADIVAY. If you want a name, just drop it in the comment section, and let's try to, have them here if it's possible. All right. Thank you, and see you on the next video. Cheers.
Mr. Out of my mind, 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 Mr. Out of my mind.